I'm put into a very weird situation, because Paper Mario Color Splash is weird with its levels. I mean, the worlds that are in this game do not feel like worlds. The only thing that actually makes them feel like worlds is that you have a paint star, a big paint star to get at the end of each one, but that's really it. I mean, other than that, there's just nothing really connecting these. I mean, look at World 6, for example. I mean, you start with volcano and lava, but at the end, you just go to a normal forest in a circus. I mean, the themes are not consistent in the slightest, so it's almost impossible for me to make a world ranking. So I decided I'm just gonna make 3 separate videos talking about the levels in Color Splash. One of them is going to be talking about my favorite world, one of them is going to be talking about my favorite levels, and one's going to be talking about my least favorite levels. And you may be wondering why I don't have a least favorite world video in there. Well, I don't have a least favorite world. I have a favorite, and obviously that's what this video is for. But my least favorite, I just don't have one. I really don't. Guys, I'm an idiot. This is post-editing moments, so I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so make sure to subscribe, and let's try to hit 50 likes on this video. Since I'm an idiot, I'm not going to make the like goal too high, so yeah, make sure to like the video, and otherwise, let's get back into the video. So, my favorite world. I mean, all the worlds in Color Splash, again, don't have a consistent theme, except for one world, and that world is... World 4 is my favorite world in this game. I'm not sure, again, if this is a popular opinion or not, but I really like this world. Mainly because it's short, and it keeps a consistent theme. And I don't like it just because of those 2 things. I mainly like it because it's very short, but it all has really good levels. It's quality over quantity sprayed all over the place, which I really do like. The only level I don't like that much is the ship ride to the islands. I don't really like that too much just because it's really slow, but something that World 4 does pull off really masterfully and is in this level is that I really like the music and the atmosphere. It's super unsettling and I really do like it. I also love the concept of trying to find the pathway using the old captain's like clues. I think that was a good concept, but I mean obviously in execution it wasn't that great, but of course the levels after that absolutely compensate for it. The second level of World 4 is Vortex Island, and it's very simple. It's the island right next to a whirlpool, but the center of the whirlpool has a paint star, so you have to get it somehow, but obviously you can't go inside the whirlpool because then the ship will get crushed and you'll sink down to the bottom, which obviously is pretty dangerous. So you might as well go to the island itself, explore it a bit, and you take a little bit of a detour away from where your crew is going, and you see a toad house. And you go inside that toad house, talk to the toad inside, and he tells you about a pipe that goes into the parallel world. Now I'm very confused about this. I have no idea what he means by the parallel world, but he shows us the pipe anyway. We get the cork, we pull out of the pipe, and we go inside the pipe, and what we see on the other side of that pipe is just amazing. Exiting that pipe, just looking around you, realizing what the parallel world actually is, and letting the music that you're hearing, the very creepy and eerie music, just sit with you, is my favorite moment in all of Color Splash. I actually talked about this in the Flatsmates podcast. I'm just going to show you guys a clip right now. Benson, you're not going to understand this at all because you haven't played Color Splash. But George, you remember in the Sea World for Chapter 4 where you have to go into like the parallel worlds?
Oh yeah, that was a really great bit of the game.
Yeah, that like made it really memorable until they just kept reusing it and then it kind of got a little boring. Shut up, past me, it's not boring. Okay, yes, I originally said it was boring, but the main reason I said that is because I did not play through Fortune Island yet, and that personally saved the concept for me a lot, because obviously in the first level here, it works really well, because the atmosphere can let you soak it in, but it's not a very unique concept. It's very basic, even though obviously Color Splash pulls it off really well, but the second level does the same thing, kind of, and we'll get to the second level, but the first level and just the atmosphere and music itself is so good. I mean, if you look to where the ocean is, there is no ocean anymore. There is literally rocks, and they're formed as a spike, and they just come from an endless pit, and that's so weird to look at for me. I mean, also, all the enemies are dead, everything is purple. I mean, it's just very weird, but it's so creepy, and I do really enjoy it. And I know George Mario Nerd, after the clip, just a little bit after it, he said that the music was just kind of annoying, it was kind of headache-inducing, which is fair, but for me personally, it just fits the atmosphere so well that I do genuinely enjoy it. And just in general, I like the song, because it's just so creepy and atmospheric. And this is why I really like the Parallel Worlds. I mean, everything about it is just so creepy, and that's why the Parallel works so well. And let's go to the next level, and obviously the Parallel Worlds is there as well. But like I said, I don't think it works as well as it does in the first level. The Lighthouse level is definitely the least memorable out of the three, so I'm not really gonna have that much to talk about. I mean, obviously there's the Parallel Worlds here, but it probably is the worst Parallel World out of the three, mainly because it tries to take the atmosphere and eeriness and combine it with puzzles, which in my opinion, it didn't really do too well, because most of the time you want to take both at a full extent and combine it to make just a super parallel world, but it doesn't do that. It kind of just takes half and half and just tries to combine it to make a normal parallel world, which, in my opinion, doesn't really work that well. The parallel world here does have the lighthouse, which was very memorable. You have to use the paint hammer to actually paint your path, which is definitely a good concept, but everything else about it is just not that good. I mean, the conflict here is kind of cool because the pathway to get to Fortune Island is completely pitch black, and you have to go to the lighthouse and put a light bulb in there, so that's pretty cool. But other than that, there's nothing else about this world. It's definitely not bad, like I said, but it's definitely the least memorable out of the three. I just want to get to Fortune Island already. Can I please get to that level? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of lie about Fortune Island with its puzzles. I mean, it probably has good puzzles. I just don't remember them too much. I will say, though, that the thing I probably meant to say is that I really like the memorable moments in this level. Like, finding the captain. I think that was a really good idea to find the captain in this level. And he wasn't in the real world. No, he was in the parallel world, which I think is a really good idea. He actually followed you when he take the grill, which I actually think is a really good idea as well. A very memorable moment that the grill is causing all the smoke. That was good as well. I mean, he follows you, and then both the captains meet, which is really cool. He also lost his memory, which I don't really care about. But there's two main things that I really love about Fortune Island. One is that the music changed, which doesn't really sound that drastic. I mean, it's just a music change. It's not like I really love the music here, even though I do think it's good. The main reason why I love the music is because it has a chance of being really creepy and atmospheric when you go to the parallel world. And guess what? I think it's better than the two levels previous to this. I think it's even more creepy than the other two, which is shocking. I did not expect that, but I think it's just because it's just pitched down more. That's probably the reason why. I'm not sure exactly, but it just sounds creepier. And that's the main thing that I really like about it, because that's the main reason why I like the parallel worlds. And the other reason why I like the parallel worlds is because everything you do in the real world happens in the parallel world and vice versa. And I think that concept is used best at Fortune Island. And this is why I really love the level. You're constantly going through the pathway and you're going through the pipe just to see what happened in the real world and what happened in the parallel world. Just those tiny changes that makes you progress through the level, which I really do enjoy. This is why I really love Fortune Island. Also, the Wendy fight is here, which is a fight that I should dislike because you have the camera, which is very annoying to find. You have to 100% sniff it or whiff it, which is really stupid. But just like in World 4, something that it really stars in is the music. The music for the Wendy fight is just so good that it just overrides everything else, and it's why I love the Wendy fight, which is so stupid, but it's why I love it so much. The music is just so good. It's not creepy or anything. It just sounds so good to me. And that's why I really like the Wendy fight. And that's why I like World 4. The music, the atmosphere, the parallel worlds is what makes World 4 great. And that's why it's my favorite world in Color Splash. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like. We're going to try to hit 50 likes on this video. Also, I'm going to have my podcast, The Flatmates, link in the description below. And make sure to subscribe if you last this long. But other than that, G-bye.